Assalamualaikum and hello to all my dear students. So this video will show you how to determine a resultant force. So before that, let's recall what is resultant force. Resultant force is a single force that represents the vector sum of two or more forces acting on an object. So there are some methods that can be used to determine a resultant force. First, addition of forces. 2. Triangle method. 3. Parallelogram method. So let's see the first method, addition of forces. There are some situations that we can apply the method of addition forces. First, when the force acting on an object in the same direction. Let's say that we have force 1, 12 Newton to the right, and another force F2, 8 Newton to the right. So the resultant force is stated by its magnitude and direction. The magnitude of resultant force equal to the sum of the two forces. The direction of the resultant force is same as the direction of the two forces. So, based on this example, based on this situation, the resultant force is equal to 12 Newton plus 8 Newton. So the answer is 20 Newton to the right. Well done. Another situation, when two forces acting on an object in opposite direction. Let's say force 1, 3 Newton to the right, and force 2, 9 Newton to the left. The resultant force is stated by its magnitude and direction. Always remember that force is vector quantity. The magnitude of the resultant force is obtained from vector sum of the two forces. The direction of resultant force in the direction of the force with the larger magnitude. So the resultant force is equal to 3 Newton plus negative 9 Newton. In this situation, we assume that the positive sign indicates the right side, while the negative sign indicates the left side. So, the answer is negative 6 Newton, or you may answer 6 Newton to the left. We have done addition of forces. Let's see the method number 2, triangle method. Situation 1. Two forces acting on an object perpendicular to each other. So, for triangle method, let's say we have force 1, 5 Newton, and force 2, 4 Newton are perpendicular to each other. Complete the diagram with the sides. Draw the diagonal of rectangle that represent the resultant force. And the triangle will be like this. Then calculate the length of the diagonal using Pythagoras theorem. The resultant force equal to set 5 squared plus 4 squared, which is 6.4 Newton. Don't forget to calculate the angle between the diagonal of one of the sides of the rectangle, which is indicate the direction. Tangent theta is equal to 4/5. Therefore, theta is equal to shift tangent 4/5, which is equal to 43 degrees. Another situation that we can apply the triangle method when two forces acting on an object not perpendicular to each other. So let's say we have force 1 and force 2 not perpendicular to each other. Choose a suitable scale to draw lines. For example, 1 cm is equal to 1 Newton, or 1 cm is equal to 10 Newton. That depends on the equation. By using ruler and protractor, draw the force 1 followed by force 2 to form two sides of a triangle, like this. Complete the triangle. The third side represents the resultant force. Measure the length of side, resultant force, and calculate the magnitude of force using the scale you have chosen. Let's say you choose 1 cm is equal to 1 Newton. So when you measure the length of resultant force, you get 5 cm, 7 cm. So that means that the resultant force is equal to 7 Newton. Don't forget to measure the angle, which is indicate the direction. We have done addition of forces, triangle method. Let's go to the number 3, parallelogram method. To apply parallelogram method, two forces acting on an object not perpendicular to each other. Choose a suitable scale to draw the lines. As usual, you may use 1 cm is equal to 1 Newton or 1 cm is equal to 10 Newton. Depends on the equation. By using ruler and protractor, draw forces to form a parallelogram. Draw the diagonal from the head point of the forces. The diagonal represents the resultant force. Measure the length of side resultant force and calculate the magnitude using the scale you have chosen. If you choose 1 cm is equal to 1 Newton, when you measure the length of resultant force, for example, you get 11.2 cm, that means your resultant force is 11.2 Newton. Don't forget to measure the angle by using protractor that indicate the direction. Thank you for watching. Please refer your teacher for further information. Let's learn physics at MRSM TGB. Bye and Assalamualaikum.